Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the AM Silver Bullet for July 18th. We're going to be doing candle by candle replay, but first I want to show you how we go over the higher time frame narrative and what we're targeting. And so I want to show you what I actually use to trade with, because I get a lot of questions on, do I just only trade the 1 minute? The answer is no. I trade the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. This is what I'm showing you is the 1 minute. But let me go up, zoom out and show you what I actually look like, what my charts look like when I'm actually live trading. So I always have my lowest time frame in the middle, because that's usually what I'm marking up most. But then I also have the 1 minute up on the top right corner, and then I have the 15 minute down here. Okay, now I can change those, but that's usually what I have going on. So right now, I want you to see these. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit, just a little bit here. Zoom these out just a little bit. Okay, so when you see over here, I want you to look over here what happens. When I put on my chart, I have buy-side liquidity. I'm taking it from the 1 hour. Okay, and that's just transposed. It's on all different ones, synced. Okay, and then I have my consequent encroachment of that wick. Okay, so let's go to the 1 hour. Just make sure you see it. Zoom in here. So all I did was take the high of this candle, which was Monday's high, and put buy-side liquidity 1H, right? And then I took my fib from here to here, and it's 4560.50. And then when you take that off, you can click on the constant encroachment. It's 4560.50, right? So that's where that dashed line is, consequent encroachment. So that's all I have marked here, because we're coming up right up to consequent encroachment. Okay, so that's my higher time frame bias. That's where we're at right now. Okay. You go down to the 15 minute, and you can just see that that's, it's transposed here as well. Okay, so I don't have the 15 minute consequent encroachment as a secondary goal. I don't have that on here, but I'm using the higher time frame of the 1 hour. All right. A lot of people ask me how I trade. This is what my screens look like, just much bigger. This is zoomed in for making the video, but this is how I trade normally. Okay, so now we know where these two lines come from. Let's zoom in on the 1 hour or the 1 minute. Let's back up a little bit. Start of Tuesday, and the blue dotted line is the midnight open, an opening price. We obviously, you can see that sell side has been taken here, right? I don't need to mark it on the chart. You see it. You see that all of these lows have just been swept right here from 8:30 until 10. It's swept the lows, right? Okay, so liquidity has been taken. All right, so now what are we looking for? We're looking for a market structure shift, and we're looking for higher prices, right? We're waiting for the 10 o'clock open to see what happens. Well, let's start over here. At 9:30, we come down, we take out this liquidity right here, this short-term low here, and we see we have a fair value gap here. Price comes back in and trades back up. Would I take the trade? No. I'm just showing you where that was. Okay. Could you have got in there? Yeah, you actually could have. Right. This did take liquidity. Let's just mark this up here. It did take sell side taken right there. Right. I believe it's relatively equal lows right here. Maybe it took it too. Okay, it took that liquidity as well. Price comes up, takes out the swing high right here. That was right here. Right there. Price came down, took liquidity, came up, took out this swing high here on this candle. Okay? Then what do we do? We look back. We see that there's a fair value gap. Is that in premium or is it in discount? Of course it's in a discount. When you look at the swing high to high, it's in discount. So where do you buy? You buy right here and you go long. Okay? You could have. We didn't. I'm just showing you what that would have looked like. Okay, so then we see that there's another fair value gap right here. Okay, can we take that trade? If you wanted to, you could have. You could have taken it from here to here. It's in a discount. It's respecting that fair value gap. To the tick, you can go long, right? That's all pre 10 o'clock. That's from 9:30 to 10. 9:30, we get our Judas swing, which takes out the sell side liquidity, and then we're going long, right? There's your one entry, There's another potential entry right there. Okay. Now we're at our 10 o'clock silver bullet hour, and we have these two targets right here. Consequent encroachment we just hit, and now we have buy-side liquidity here. Okay, we need this low to be taken out if we're going to even consider a market structure shift, but we're also going to look at our higher time frame to make sure it's not just a pullback. Okay, it's got to reverse at a higher, when it hits a higher time frame PD array or liquidity area. Okay, it's not just going to reverse in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so there's got to be other confluences. That's why I usually have multiple screens pulled up looking at as price is playing out. Okay, so it's hard to do that when you're on oops, wrong one. When you're on making a video to show that when you're trying to do candle by candle. So, or candle by candle, and see what happens here. Alright, well, first of all, I see a fair value gap right there. Buy side liquidity was taken over here as well, so I wanted to show you that. Buy side liquidity is taken. Okay. There is a fair value gap right here, though. Okay, so let's make these candles a little bit bigger here. Make it a little bit bigger. There you go. All right. This to me is just time distortion. They're just stalling is all that they're doing. You got some relatively equal highs right here, so let's just mark these out. Relatively equal highs. I traded all of this whole hour in a Discord group that I'm in, and it's not my Discord group. I'm a member of that Discord group, and I will show you how to get information on that to join that Discord group. I highly recommend it. I've learned everything that I trade is from ICT, but this person, his Discord group is legit. He goes, it's almost every day. It's a couple times a week minimum that he trades the New York session and candle by candle, and I've learned so much more clarifying ICT topics from him. So I want to do a shout out and say, yes, I get a lot of questions of, do you have a Discord? I do not, and I'm not planning on having one, but I do like this person's Discord, and I will recommend his because it's solid. He does a great job. So this is just time distortion. We were looking for this fair value gap to get hit, and we were just waiting for, you know, an entry, but we wanted to come down, and this is just banging around. It's coming up on this top. You have buy side. You're just, you know, a bunch of failure swings right here. Now we just barely wicked into it. Now wicked into it. I want to see a close. If I get a close in there, I'll buy in there. Okay, so I want to mark these out. I'll mark them out right here. You got swing there. You have a failure swing here. Alright, that's I'm gonna buy two right there. I'm gonna get it. Alright, my targets is gonna be here. I'll put my position on there at the start there. One tick below the fair value gap right there. One tick below. I'm targeting 2 to 1 or 1 to 2. That's your first buy side liquidity target. Let's see how this plays out. Just time distortion. I'll take a partial somewhere in here after it passes these highs. I'll take a partial. I'm going to get a close above that. Alright, that's close above. I'm going to take a partial right there. And my next one I have to have a close at or above. Now I stopped at break even right now. Once I take a partial, I always move my stop to break even. So let's just put that on here right now. Let's just name it what it is. Trailing stop. My trailing stop's 1 tick above right here. That's where my stop's at right now. That's good right there. All right. That is flatness right there. We're done. Okay. That is our silver bullet for this hour. Let's see what happens here the rest of the way. All right. This is your silver bullet. So that's what we did on our replay mode, $625. Okay. So now let me show you my real executions. Okay, so you see this. I'm gonna exit out of this. You see my pointer. I'm gonna exit out of this. Exit out of demo mode or replay mode. I'm gonna go back where it is. Okay, here you go. That's what we did right there. That's where my trailing stop I'll get rid of here. Okay, now we're back to where we were, right? I want you to show you. I live traded this on Tradeovate, but I also did paper trading on TradingView to show you some executions. And so I just clicked on executions, and I want you to see. You can see this blue line right here. I got in right there. Got out right there, right above, and got out right at our line here. This 5-handle move. I'm going to show you those. You see these. You see this red arrow, and this blue arrow disappear when I click it. See it? Disappear. There. Disappear. There. Okay. So if you've stayed this long, let me show you where to go for the Discord, okay? Because we went candle by candle, and all of this that tripped people up, we talked about why it was doing this and everything, and all these volume imbalances and back and forth, and this tough price action, we explained how we got it really well. So let me show you. This is the person that I follow. He goes by Shadow Trades. It's at true_trades. That's his handle, at true_trades, okay? When you go here, he's got a bunch of his tweets, of his videos, of his power hour setups, of his live trading. He also, on his YouTube channel, he actually has some of the 2-hour trading sessions that we do in the mornings. And I can't recommend it enough. I do not get compensated for recommending him. He doesn't do those things, and I've talked to him and said I just want to refer him because he does really well at explaining things, and he just does really good live streams. He does a minimum 3 each week. Usually it's actually more than that, but he also does market replays, market recaps, answers questions. I have a bunch of questions in there that I've asked before. It's just, and go to shadow-trades.com. I can't recommend it enough. So if you're looking for somebody else besides ICT to explain ICT concepts very well, I highly recommend Shadow because he does really good. All right, there's your AM Silver Bullet for July 18th.